Now, the future of work, Labor have commissioned a work commission, established rather, that'll go on for a couple of years. So I want to ask Chris Farfoy straight up, what is the work commission? What's it all about?
Well, because we're a part of a forward-thinking party, I think, technology is... I've only just started.
I thought you wanted more policy.
Hey, okay, let me finish. Look, technology is going to change the way that people work. If there's an ability for a robot to do your job, it's going to be becoming increasingly likely. Look at Uber. I think that's changing the way that taxi drivers operate. So whether we like it or not, things around work are going to change. We need to protect workers' rights and technology and making sure we're doing the best to get our kids educated and have the right skills for that.
Is this, Chris, just yet another talk fest? Is it just another hooey to talk about work? Because it sounds... throwing money...
Are you saying a hooey is just a talk fest?
No, I'm not saying that, David. No, I'm not saying that.
That's a bit culturally insensitive.
But is it just a talk
No,
fest?
it's not, because we need to start tackling this now. Our kids need to have the right skills and education to make sure they can operate in a world that is much different to the one we've got now. And if they're not, then they're going to be left behind.
Can I tell you how you do this? You just get The Economist on the app, which is what Labor did. They got The Economist, and then you copy it.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Well, you just go to The Economist, because they've got all the ideas, and then you sort of copy all that and you stick it in there. And I've got it on my app, on my phone, as well as the paper.
Is that what you do?
Well, funny enough, that Economist article made exactly the point we're trying to make, because unfortunately it got copied and pasted, but it speaks the truth. And if Judith and the others don't listen to that, then they're going to get left in the dust.
I am with you. I read The Economist. I think it's great. It's about the only thing I buy and read, and I think
so
it's
you
fair.
agree with that point, then?
Look, I agree with this. I agree with The Economist. If you guys want to agree with The Economist, at least give them the credit for it rather than nicking their ideas.
We can do that, but the point is still well made.
So let's get it straight, Chris. You downloaded the app.
Yeah.
I did not download the app.
All right.
Look, it was an unfortunate... It had many authors and something wasn't referenced, but the point is the same point. Whether we like it or not, work is going to change, and if we don't start dealing with it now, then in 10 or 15 years, my kids, your kids, everyone else's kids aren't going to be ready to work in our economy.
David Seymour, jokes aside, it's a good point. I mean, what we're seeing now in the 21st century already is that jobs are being atrophied, robotics are taking place. You can see it, for example, in the media where you've got, sorry guys, but automated cameramen.
What about presenters?
Sorry. Hey.
These guys do a great job.
Well, first of all, Wallaces are replaceable. But second of all, this debate has been going on for a long time. The first time that a horse pulled a plough rather than a person, that actually displaced some labour, and with it's been carrying on. You give it 200 years ago. 95% of labour has actually worked in agriculture. Now it's 2 or 3%. So this is not actually new. Is the current time different? Maybe. But the fact is, the number one thing that the government can do is make a good investment in human skills so that you are designing the robots instead of being replaced by them. It comes back to education.
I just wanted to point out that on our Facebook page, on the Backbenchers TV Facebook page, which you two can go and have a look at, this week, 2 of our panellists, one was described as being a hologram and the other as a replicant robot from Blade Runner. I won't tell you which ones, but you can go and have a look. Okay, check it out. So
I think we're safe.
What about what do you think, Kennedy? I mean, what they're suggesting perhaps is that we need more flexibility of a certain sort, so you can actually work at home part-time, or what do you think about?
Well, you can already do that. I mean,
that's already happening. We're already in this age of transition, and I agree that the fact that there will be artificial intelligence and robots doesn't mean that the humans won't have anything to do. It's up to us and our ingenuity, innovation to do things.
What will this achieve? What will this achieve?
What do you mean, Chris's? It'll achieve. Let us hope and pray it'll achieve something for the Labor Party. For their sake, and then we can all have a good debate about its product.
What it is, though, it's a really good thing to think about, the future of work, but it's a real challenge for us is to get education up so that people will, in fact, have a place in society where they can work rather than being replaced by a robot, or if they are, that they then have another job to go to that's worthwhile.
Thank you, Judith.
Yes, of course. I mean, I think we would all...
credit The Economist for that view.
We would all agree.
I credit you.
We would
the
all...
future of work ain't plagiarism.
All right, I want to go to the audience. Are people in the audience, Damon, worried about automation or being replaced by I don't know, robotics.
Yeah, has anyone got that concern that they might be replaced by a robot? Anyone here think, what do you do, sir? What do you do for a living?
Sell things.
Sell things. Do you think a robot could sell things like you can?
No.
Okay, all right. What sort of stuff do you sell?
Houses.
Houses, okay, all right. The Trade Me robots couldn't sort that out?
Well, people tend to visit a house and then they like to negotiate and all those sorts of things. So I don't think a robot could do that.
Okay, all right. Excuse me, over here. Sorry, can you just move your placard for a second there, sir? Do you think a robot could ever grow pot?
Oh, certainly.
Would you be concerned? Would the legalised cannabis people be concerned about the employment implications of robots growing pot?
Be concerned if they started smoking it.
Right. What about you down here, man? What do you do for a job? You thought you were safe, eh? You didn't like Jaws, like the Prime Minister at a cafe, just creeping up behind you.
It's quite scary, actually.
What do you do?
I work in over the road.
Just over the road? Okay. Could a robot do your job most days?
I don't think so.
You don't think a robot could surf Twitter and play on Facebook? I know what you guys do across the road. All right, Wallace, back to you.
Could a robot do your job, Judith Collins?
I would have thought no. No one could program for me, I reckon. So, no. But I would say is that this is actually a really important issue, and I just think that there are a whole lot of things where robots are taking over, and actually we want them to because they can do a job better in many ways, like certain surgeries and things like that. But having said that, they couldn't do my job. They can't smile for a start.
Of course. There's a chap over there, I didn't get a chance to talk to him, from the freezing works, said there's heaps of robots in the freezing works industry these days. Taking away all that fun of chopping up animals.
Yeah, but they're also not chopping off arms either when they're at it. They're not chopping off their arms.
Good point. Good point.
That's 1 point.
Very good, very good. What do you think? At Backbenchers TV, stay with us. We're talking about gender and diversity. That's to come.